I'm going to talk about outdoor education potential at Episcopal. But before we get started, I'm going to define two key terms: nature and outdoor education. Nature in this context will include the physical world, such as plants, animals, and abiotic features, and human creations that replicate the physical world, such as parks. Outdoor education will be experiential education that takes place outdoors and is offered something by the outdoors. So, why am I talking about outdoor education? Well, nature is a crucial part of a healthy lifestyle, I believe, and research supports. The reason for this is that humans have evolved with nature. We were subjected to nature our entire evolutionary history, and so we have evolved around nature and with nature. For example, people fear snakes. People fear snakes because they pose a threat to us. Because if we didn't fear snakes, we would get bit by more snakes and we would die, and that would obviously be bad. The fear of snakes can be referred to by a term called biophobia. Biophobia is the fear of natural occurrences. There's another corollary to that, though: biophilia. Biophilia is the affinity towards certain natural occurrences, such as a river. You see, the picture of the river is much more appealing than the picture of the cottonmouth, because the river would have provided you a chance to bathe, a chance to drink, a chance to cool off, and it would have been beneficial. This idea of biophilia and biophobia was established by Edward Wilson, a well-published author, in his book Biophilia. Edward Wilson is a two-time Pulitzer-winning author. He's a recipient of the National Medal of Science. He's considered the father of sociobiology. He's well-read and he's well-published. So he has much authority in this field. So we've evolved with nature, and nature provides us benefits. But there's a problem. The problem is that we are removed from nature. We live in a very urban world. In 2008, according to the UN, there were more people in urban areas than rural areas for the first time in human history. And as we live in these urban areas, you can see that there's not much nature around. There's just buildings and trucks and roads, and we're deprived of that natural scenery. But we need that natural scenery for a healthy lifestyle. Natural scenery, as Ulrich established, can lead to reduced times in surgery. Nature relatedness can lead to reduced stress for college students during exams, as shown by one study by 3 psychologists. Pleasant weather is intuitively puts people in better moods, opens minds, as shown by Matthew Keller, and increases the memory of people. One study even showed that they had longer digit span memory. They could repeat more numbers in better weather. So nature is very important to the mental health of people. We live in an urban world too often where we are deprived of nature. So how do we bridge this gap between humans and nature? And the answer is outdoor education, right? Especially in terms of Episcopal's community and nature. In order to establish the best outdoor education model, I looked at Episcopal and Episcopal's community. I thought of what Episcopal needed the most and how it could best benefit from an outdoor education program. What I did when I did that is I looked at our mission statement. And our mission statement says that Episcopal's job is to develop the student spiritually, intellectually, morally, physically, and artistically. So in turn, I'll address these. One major tenet of Christianity is stewardship of the earth. And if an outdoor education can bring you closer to nature, cause you to appreciate nature more, then it will be strengthening your spirituality. Intellectually, you could go on an ecology trip to the marshes and learn about it. Morally, you can test how much you appreciate nature, your stewardship of the nature, resource management, such as water conservation, as well as teamwork and leadership on these programs can develop you morally. Physically, of course, being outside is naturally going to improve your physical health, and artistically, you can be inspired by nature. Stress reduction will also be a major part of our program because a lot of Episcopal students are very stressed with their workload. We all complain about having too much homework, and sometimes that causes a buildup of stress. And so we need an outdoor education program for stress management and stress reduction. The difference being that stress management prevents future stress, while stress reduction simply mitigates stress that already exists. Stress reduction will come just by being in nature, lowering your heart rate, enjoying the outdoors. And stress management will come in putting things in perspective. You realize you're not fighting for your next meal or trying to find a water source. So day-to-day activities seem to be less stressful when put in perspective. Ultimately, I think that Episcopal could really benefit from an outdoor education program, but they're going to need a lot of organization. The program, if implemented here, would either fail due to a lack of support, a clear-cut purpose, and complexity that is involved with running an outdoor education, or it will be well enough organized to where the program will rally, establish, and work towards clear goals, and stay on top of planning trips, managing risk, and welling support. So if you're interested in helping out with this, I would say the next step would be to develop uh, organization for our program. But ultimately, with nature slipping out of our daily routine, I think that Episcopal would greatly benefit from this.